McDonald. I'm the Executive Director of the YMCA Child Care Resource Service, and we're a resource and referral agency, state-funded for San Diego County. So we have subsidy funding to give to low-income families in San Diego County who need child care, as well as families who are on welfare. In our alternative payment program, we serve about 2,000 families, which is approximately 3,800 children and 1,800 providers. We've been thinking about doing this for 12 years. And when I spoke with Tan with MCT, he seemed like he had a very well thought out solution. So our company has all of those providers, those 1,800 providers are turning attendance sheets in, paper attendance sheets with signatures from the parent and the provider, and it gets to be very, very cumbersome and not very efficient. That's why we've looked for an alternative digital solution. Well, mobile technology would be much more efficient. We wouldn't have the attendance sheets. Right now, the providers download attendance sheets for each week that the children are in their care, so they wouldn't need those attendance sheets anymore, and the information would come directly to us digitally, go straight into our database, and then the amount of staff that we would need to figure out the hours used by the children and how much to pay the providers would all be done digitally. So it's much, much more efficient. We would use many fewer staff, and it also would cut down on fraud. The potential is huge. There are, every county in California has an agency like ours. So in San Diego, there are 2 agencies like ours. In Los Angeles, there's 14 agencies like ours. So I think there's about 70 agencies throughout California that do exactly what we do. So the potential for using this product is huge. I heard about MCT originally through CAPA, which is the California Alternative Payment Program Association, which all of our agencies belong to in California. And I was in a workshop with Tan. I was actually the moderator, and he was there with a few other software providers, and that's where I very first met him and also learned about MCT. We have a very old database program that we had written when I first got here, which is about 15 years ago, and we still are using it. So we decided to look for a more efficient product, since things have changed a lot in 15 years. And we couldn't find one, so we started writing our own, which we're not really a software company. And so that was not working out too well. And then when I met Tan and he brought his the CC3 here for our staff to look at, my thought was, well, they're not going to like it because they don't like anything. And after Tan left, everybody came to me and said they just loved the product, loved it. So that's why we're considering using it. It's much more efficient. The documents that we have now, which are our hard copy, would all be available to staff on the screen, so there's not a lot of going to a hard file and pulling the paperwork out. It would all be there. And as I understand from staff, the output is very accurate in terms of provider payments. Even though it seems like a simple system, it isn't, because payments are based on children's age, as well as part-time, full-time rates and the kind of provider they are. And so the logarithm of how many possible rates there are for a provider is very, very high. And our staff say that the output, which is how much we're going to pay the providers, is very accurate. Our impression is that it's a very great company that whenever we've asked for help, Tan's been available.